Good morning. Welcome to your Monday morning, early morning intuitive guidance. I'm Dr. Bonnie Nussbaum, America's kick-ass coach and psychologist, with some words of wisdom to get our week off to a good start. And I'm kind of laughing because Facebook is making changes again. So it took me a while to find my business page to be able to go live from here instead of from my personal page. But I found it. I figured it out. Good morning, Luann. Glad you're here. Welcome, welcome. So for today, we again have a card from the new deck that I have, which is Priestess of Light deck. Good morning, Trudy. Welcome, welcome. And this card deck is by Sandra Ann Taylor and Kimberly Weber. I have to look yet. I haven't gotten that one memorized yet. Some of those decks I've been using for 10, 15 years, so they're familiar to me. So again, I want to show you the back because I just think that's such a cool picture with the moon and the birch trees. So, a couple of nice deep breaths just to get us settled in. Just coming into the present moment. Right here, right now. Ready to see what guidance we get for today. So our card is actually number 4 in the deck, and it is Summoning Power. Summoning Power. And there's a woman with 2 wolves. There's full moon, and she's holding an antler in her hand. So let's see what this card has to tell us. The key words for summoning power are instinct, intellect, and control. This priestess of the night is summoning the power of the full moon and channeling it to the wild wolves beside her. She is calm and in control. The wolves stand at attention, with the energy of quiet strength resonating from above. This card is telling you that you have far more power than you realize. Kind of sounds like someone's tagline, doesn't it? There may be something in your life, perhaps a relationship or a recent challenge, that you have felt powerless to handle. If so, it is time to focus your own intellect and instinct on the issue at hand. Then muster the courage to take the necessary action. And I'm going to talk a little bit about that in a moment. It may also be time to harness the unhealthy personal patterns that you have left unchecked. Indulgences and addictions might seem to have had the upper hand, but your wild impulses can absolutely be tamed. Remaining peaceful but persistent in this noble pursuit of self-honoring and self-control. Be honest about your ability to prioritize your own higher needs. When you summon the quiet yet powerful light of your soul, your intuitive strength becomes the central force in your own life and a resonant voice in the world. The affirmation is, I am strong and self-directed. I bring my inner power to every area of my life. So let's talk about that. All of this a little bit. First of all, one of the things that people tend to react to is maybe just even the word power, because in our world recently, it's been so focused on power over instead of power with. So there are many ways to assume power. One is to manipulate other people, which is not a great way to use power. And the other one is to use your power for good. For good. So empowering others can be one way to use your own power. I love there's a Gandhi quote that says, "There go my people. I am their leader." In other words, he's not telling everyone what to do and directing you here, you do this, you do what. He's leading quietly from the rear, which is a very powerful way to go about doing this and not something that most of us have been taught how to do. So the taking action part, we want a combination of our divine feminine and our divine masculine leading us forward in each day. So our divine masculine is that more take action part of us. Our divine feminine is the more, okay, I'm going to wait for some discernment here. I'm going to wait to see what comes to me in terms of guidance. Put those two together, incredibly powerful. Incredibly powerful. The talk about addictions. Many of us coming through COVID fell back into a variety of addictions, whether it's sugar, whether it's alcohol, whether it's gambling, whether it's online screens, whatever it is. Many of us kind of on the side slid back into that stuff. So now can be the time to, again, it's spring cleaning time. Let's clean out some of those addictions. On your phone, maybe you get rid of some apps. Maybe you maybe you turn on that feature that some phones have that allows you to know how much screen time you've actually been using. Mine, I have that turned on because I want to know. I know that a chunk of that screen time is work related, like doing these. But nonetheless, I still want to know how much time do I have my nose stuffed in screens as opposed to being out in nature or spending time with my dog or whatever else would be more having a life instead of observing a life. Okay? So begin slowly. If you're going to wean yourself back off of an addiction, I think a wonderful thing to do is start doing some journaling. What is this addiction even about for me? What purpose is this serving? So I'll tell you one that I've tackled probably a couple of weeks ago and I'm making headway on is the sugar. And what sugar means to me is finding sweetness in life. COVID was a hard time. It was a really hard time. Not that it's gone totally yet anyway, but not seeing people, not having the same kinds of conversations, as that began to come back online and improve, it gets easier and easier to let go of some of the things that filled the bill in between. Not healthily, artificially, but still it was kind of like, okay, I'm needing something here. I'll head for some chocolate chips. So being honest with myself about that, okay, yeah, the sugar's getting a little out of hand here again. Again, I oftentimes tell people start by adding something else in. So for me, one of the things I'm adding in is more water. Again, that sort of fell by the wayside as we were working our way through the dark night of the soul. So bringing more water back online, releasing more sugar. I can already tell in my joints, I feel the difference. So what about for you? What might have come back online far more than you wish it had, and now you're ready to maybe take a look at it, a good discerning look. What purpose was this serving for me? How else can I get that need met? What else can work for me? So know that we all will hold sacred space for you as you tackle whatever one you decide you want to tackle with our little spring cleaning project here. And I like this end part of this card, so I want to read it again and see how it resonates for you. See how it settles in for you. When you summon the quiet yet powerful light of your soul, your intuitive strength becomes the central force in your own life and a resonant voice in the world. And resonant, that struck me because yesterday at the end of the day, well, I did two things yesterday that were absolutely wonderful. One was we had UP Wild here at my friends Bobby and Cynthia's house, so we sat around a fire, we walked in nature, we looked at what connections to the divine spoke to us, and then we shared them with each other. Then we had lots of lasagna, which was really wonderful. And then I came home and we had one of the last remaining Lectio Divinas that my friend Kayleen hosts every year at Lent, and it was wonderful. And my word was resonant. So lines right up with this. When you summon the quiet yet powerful light of your soul, your intuitive strength becomes the central force in your own life and a resonant voice in the world. So when we listen, when we tune in to that still inner voice, we get guided very well. We are taken where we need to go. We are led, and we don't have to work so hard. Good morning, Joe. We're just about done, but glad you're here, and the replay should be up shortly. But again, we are led. We are led. So the fact that that word, I mean, that's not the world's most common word, resonant, right? But now it has shown up 2 days in a row for me. I will pay attention to resonant. And one of the things that I was talking about was for women, oftentimes we don't claim our resonant voice, that voice that will echo and reverberate and move people, places, and things. But we can do that. We can do that. We can claim our voice. Claim our voice. So, again, our card for today, summoning power. And the key words were instinct, intellect, and control. So, again, I hope you enjoyed this, and please go back and watch again and again and again if you feel like that will help put you on the path more so to where you want to go. Remember, you are capable of far more than you think you are, including claiming your own power and using it for good. Have an awesome day. Bye-bye.